Today, this video is going to be about how to get organized in this wholesaling business. We don't want to overcomplicate this business at all. Let's keep it simple. And this is a great way to keep this business simplified. All right. When you're doing this business, it could be a grind. We're reaching out to sellers. We're trying to get deals locked up. We're meeting new partners. And sometimes when we are meeting these new people and we're talking to sellers, sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming. And if you don't have some sort of customer relations management, right, it makes it to where all of these thoughts are just in my brain. And me having these thoughts in my brain, all it does is just builds and it adds more stress. So sometimes the best thing to do is to get some sort of pipeline or some sort of CRM system. CRM stands for Customer Relations Management. So this is a way we keep track of what we're doing. All right, let's do this. Dude, somebody just got blasted on the field. Wow, okay, let me focus. All right, so let's just start with a blank spreadsheet. Okay, right, these are the 4 pillars of qualification right here. We need to know the price, right? We need to know condition. And we also need to know, so price, condition, we need to know the motivation, right? And we also need to know the timeline to sell, right? These 4 things are extremely important. If you're a wholesaler and you don't have the price, the condition, the motivation, or the timeline, you don't have a qualified lead. So you need to do a little bit more rapport building and a little bit more due diligence to get these 4 pillars right here. The partners that we work with, when I send them deals, these are the 4 things they're asking for when I'm sending them these deals. They want to know what the price is, how much do they want. They want to know what's wrong with the property, if they're going to have to spend any extra cash. They want to know, hey, what's the motivation? Why do they want to sell, right? We want to know why do they want to sell. And also, we need to know when they want to sell. Are we going to get paid as a wholesaler? Are we going to get an assignment fee this week, next week? Or is it going to take 90 days? It's going to take years? When are we going to get paid on this? So what's their timeline to sell, right? Personally, I like getting paid quickly. So this is the most important part right here, right? Motivation is very key as well. We need to know why they want to sell. For the most part, we want to work with people who need to sell. We don't really want to work with people who just want to sell. They don't really have a timeline. They don't really have a reason why they want to sell. If their property is in good condition, right, it doesn't really help us, because we can't really add any equity to it. And if their price is just out of the blue, they don't really know what they want and things like that, you don't really have a deal, bro. If you were to send me a deal, have these 4 pillars so that we know, hey, you got a qualified lead. All right? On top of that, you need to know the owner's first name, right? Last name. Or, I'm just going to put full name here. Full name. Let's put their phone number, right? We always need to have their email so that we can send the contract or the purchase agreement. Once we get these 4 pillars, we get their full name, we get their phone number, and we get their email. For the most part, those are the deals that are closed. I want to keep track of the last time we talked to the seller. Okay? To say last contact, last contacted, or last contacted, or follow-up date. You can kind of finesse that one any way you want to word it, right? But other than that, that's really all you really need. And then I like to put like maybe notes just in case, just in case we there's anything specific, so that when we talk to the sellers as we're following up, we can keep track of what we're talking about, right? There's nothing worse than a seller having to keep telling you the same things over and over and over again. And if somebody has a dog that's named John, a funny, just anything that's funny, like hey, my dog, I love my dog Frank, and my dog Frank is a poodle and he's super cute. I like to write that down in the notes so that next time I can call him back when we're following up, like, hey, how's Frank? You know what I'm saying? It makes everything real human, and makes it to where the seller knows you're not a robot. You have a heart. You're listening to them as well. You're not just talking with them trying to buy their house, and just you don't all you care about is the house. Let's write some notes as we talk to these people so that they know, hey, we're not just talking. They're actually listening to me, and we're actually moving this sale. We're moving this process along. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep every time we call them, let's get to the next phase. Let's not have to keep going back and saying and repeating the same things. Let's just make this a little bit more colorful so that we can kind of see something. So let's bold the price, condition, motivation, timeline. Let's just move this column to the front. You know what I'm saying? Let's move this over here. I'm a perfectionist. That's sometimes a problem that I have. I want everything to look perfect. So when it comes to the CRM, I think that's okay to be a perfectionist in this area because, hey, the more detailed information that we have, the better we can keep track of these leads. All right, boom. First name, number, and then let's grab that email just so that we can have all the information right up front. So if we want to just quick call them real quick, boom, we got their name, number, got their email, and then let's just keep the notes and the last contacted over here. Let's highlight these right here just so that we can keep this looking good. So that when we send this to our partners, they're like, oh, wow, this looks very professional. That keeps us organized a little bit, right? So that when we send these deals, got first name, with full name, phone number, we got the email, price, condition, motivation, got the timeline, last contacted, and you got the keynotes. That's how you start a CRM. Whenever you get a lead, you put the name, you put the number, you put the full name right there, put the number right there, put the email right there, and then you should have real good information right here. Last contacted, you got the notes, boom. That's all. That's how you create a CRM.